We overlook it. We walk all over it, trample it every day. Yet we need it, like the air we breathe. It's about time that we talk about soil, and certainly about time that we start protecting it. There can be no life without it. It feeds us, and we are responsible for it. 24 billion tons of fertile soil were lost in 2011 alone. A loss of 3.4 tons per person worldwide, no matter what age. Erosion costs each person $70 per year, a worldwide cost that amounts to $490 billion.
In 1960, there was still almost half a hectare of farmland for every person on Earth. In 2020, there will be only around a third of that left. Consequently, even unsuitable land is being turned into farmland. No wonder land grabbing is on the rise. Fertile soil is precious, but instead of looking after it, we try to extract the maximum yield from it. But overusing land or cultivating unsuitable land leads to soil degradation.
Well, created during the Dust Bowl days by President Roosevelt, farm subsidies were a way to save thousands of small farmers on the brink of disaster. Since then, tens of billions of dollars has flowed into farm country to control commodity prices while also helping farmers through the lean times.
What we need to keep in mind is farm subsidies were originally established to ensure a domestic food supply for the United States, and that's why they're there today.
Less than 2% of Americans are now involved in production agriculture, yet farmers remain a powerful force in our nation's capital. When the White House proposed lowering farm payment caps by 1/3 for the new budget, farm groups rallied, and the proposal never got off the ground.
First of all, we can't use price supports anymore if we want to compete in the world. If we truly want to have open agriculture exchange to really benefit the agricultural community in this country, we're going to have to get away from that. Most of our agricultural groups, our farmers, are undercapitalized. So why do we have price supports? Because they can't make it through the normal changes in the market. Most farmers I talk to would much rather have a market system where they didn't have to depend on anything from the federal government. But we live in a global world, so we've got to have either a good trading system or we have something that allows them to compete.
But over 75% of these subsidies go to only 10% of farms, the large-scale industrial agribusinesses.
I had sort of a pretty typical suburban upbringing. I believe the best kind of farming pays close attention to how nature works. Let me look at how nature works and try and mimic that in a way that is productive for food and land.
It would be nice if we could just buy our way out of it as consumers, and by shopping the right way, shop our way out of this problem. But I think that the system is too big and the companies at the head of the system are too powerful for that to happen. So there needs to be a movement, and there needs to be organized collective change, and ultimately that's going to have to be through the government and through society, and not just through individual purchasers.
We need to repeal the Farm Bill and increase subsidies for local and sustainable farmers like Jesse.
I think people should buy from local sustainable farms because it is the best thing for all parties involved. Through all of our decisions, we affect the world we leave behind and the world we create. If you support large industrial or even industrial organic farms, that's the kind of world you're supporting and creating. Or do you want to create a world where there's beautiful farms that are right in their backyard, where there's a viable, noble business for that farmer, where the land is becoming more and more fertile and therefore the food's becoming more and more healthy? Do we want to support the people who are doing things right and contribute to that kind of world?